Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Bean and today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation. But I think this has been around for a while, but I haven't noticed it until like a week ago. I also was having like a display with this and I've been thinking about getting something for the summertime that will be a little bit less heavy on my skin. And this says Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer. I've heard some good things about this, so I wanted to check it out and see if this will work for me. So if you want to see how this applies, just keep on watching. So I have super dry skin right now, and even though this says moisturizer, I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize because I have a feeling that my skin is gonna be too dry for only this to be my moisturizer. I don't really mind the extra step of putting on my moisturizer as long as it doesn't cake up on my face. What I'm looking for out of this product is something that's lightweight, but it's also going to be a decent amount of coverage because I do have a lot of redness in my skin and I do have a little bit of a breakout going on right here, and I want to see if this will cover it. It does say full coverage on it, so hopefully it says it has 50 SPF. So I got the shade Light. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It comes in like a squeezy tube. It does have a pump, which is cool. I think I'm gonna do one half of my face with a brush and one half of my face with a sponge. I don't think I'm gonna use a primer, just to kind of see how this works without that extra step. Or maybe I'll use a primer on one side and no primer on the other side. Oh no, what should I do? I'm gonna do no primer. I'm gonna do no primer. Give this just a good go on its own because I imagine a lot of people want this just as like a quick like one step coverage, moisturizer, SPF for the summertime, just to kind of even out your complexion without having to put on any other makeup. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put a little bit, one pump gives you a good amount. So I'm gonna put it on this side of my face using a brush. This is the Morphe E6 and I'm just going to put some of this on here. It does look like it's gonna have good coverage. It kind of has a citrus scent to it. So I'm gonna just take this brush and start blending it. Oh wow, that is really decent coverage actually. I don't know if this is my shade or not, we'll see. So far, it's not really looking cakey, which is good. As far as full coverage, I don't know that I would say it is completely full coverage. It's got good coverage for sure. And again, I don't know if it's the lighting or what keeps happening to me, but it looks super yellow on camera and normal in real life. It doesn't look yellow like it is here in real life. If I look in my mirror, it looks like it matches my skin tone. So I think this is my shade. Sorry if it looks weird on my iPhone. Coverage wise, it's decent. I wouldn't say that it is full coverage because I can still see like a little bit of red peeking through on my cheek and it didn't really cover my pimple, so I wouldn't say that it's full coverage, but I would, you know, go out like this no problem. I mean, I go out like this, so, you know, it's whatever for me, but the coverage of it, I would say is more of a medium to full coverage depending on your skin. If you have a lot of redness like I do, I don't think it's full coverage, but I do think that it covers pretty well and it's not super cakey. The only place that it's kind of caking up a little bit is right around my piercing, but it is super dry right there because I've been cleaning it with salt water, so I'm not super concerned about that because it looks really nice everywhere else, so I'm not gonna judge it by that little patch right there on my nose. Otherwise, I think that it looks pretty good. So this is how it looks with a brush. It doesn't really have any streakiness or anything like that. I'm gonna put just a little bit more right here to see if it is buildable or not. I'm gonna put a little bit there and just a little bit right up here over my pimple and we'll see if it goes away. It does seem to be a little bit buildable. I did get a little bit more coverage through here. As far as the pimple goes, I can see it a little bit, but it did cover it a lot better. So yeah, I think the coverage on this is pretty good. I'm gonna try using a sponge for the other side and kind of see how that goes. And dot it on like I normally would. Oh, what was that? It was like a little snail trail or something. Getting reckless over here. For my skin, I would probably do 1 pump per side. I'm getting really messy with this like application, but it's fine. To get the amount of coverage that I want, a pump per side is good. If you don't have as much redness, you may not need quite that much because it does have a good coverage on its own. It blends in really well, and it blends in pretty quickly too. I have noticed I don't have to spend a ton of time blending this. As far as the sponge side, the application is looking about the same as the brush side. They both applied pretty seamlessly and cleanly. I'm not seeing any like places where it didn't really blend. So far it's not really caking up. I didn't really have to add any additional product on the side that I used the sponge with like I did over here with the brush. I think I prefer the look with the sponge. It's not a foundation, so I'm not really gonna judge it as a foundation. So like normally with SPF you have to apply every few hours. So I don't know if this is a product that you would want to wear full makeup with if you're gonna have to reapply your SPF. If you want to wear it to like a, I don't know, a theme park or something, and for just a more even skin tone, something like that, I think this would be great for. As far as everyday makeup, if you're using it specifically for the SPF, I don't know how long that will last, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. I'm gonna film a couple more videos and go about my night, and then I will check in periodically on this one and let you guys know how it's wearing. I don't think that I'm gonna set it with any powder. However, I am noticing that it is creasing on my lid. So if I was gonna wear this just by itself, I think I would set my eyelid area just so that it doesn't crease through there, because just having that wet product in the fold of your eye is gonna cause a little bit of creasing. But I'm just using this Wet n Wild single shadow that is pretty much my skin tone, so that it doesn't really look like I have on a lot of shadow if you want to just throw this on and go. As far as under eye creasing, I am getting a little bit of creasiness. So personally, I would probably set that as well, but I would probably not put any concealer on with this. So far, I'm really liking this. It doesn't really feel like you've got much on. So that's pretty simple. And as far as like quickness and ease, I think this is good. I don't think I really need anything else. I would definitely just wear it just like this. So I'll be back in a little bit to check in. Okay, so I have filmed some videos and I'm back for my first check-in, and the Bye Bye foundation still looks pretty good. So far, no patchiness. Again, the only place that it is a little bit patchy is right here by my nose. Normally, I will get dry right here between my brows, and I am not having those. I also get it here, and it's not really picking up there either. Sometimes I do get a little bit of a crease right here, but like I said, I did not set this either, so I don't know if I can really fault it necessarily. Normally I would set around my nose because of that, but it's not really causing the product to break up. It is just having like the tiniest little crease that I can only see if I like pull my nose like this. But like, how often am I gonna just sit here and do this, you know? Overall, really, really good. I'm not mad about it, and I'll check in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back for my final check-in, and I think that it is safe to say that this stuff works really, really well. I don't have any cakiness. I don't have anything sticking to my dry patches. It seems to have stayed on really well, and I really like it. I think that it'll be really good to use just kind of on an everyday sort of basis. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, but I think that this got better the longer I had it on. So, because I think right now, looking at it, I think it looks better than it did when I first put it on. So I don't know if this like sinks into your skin and moisturizes your skin or what. That may be just me being crazy or really wanting to like this, but I feel like it legitimately looks better on my skin. On my cheeks it still looks good on my chin. Where I usually get oily through my nose, I'm not oily, and my forehead isn't oily or anything like that, so I'm pretty happy and I would recommend it. I really like it so far. Granted, I've only used it the one time, but I think it looks really good, so yeah, so that completes this video. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below. Be sure to hit the button down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or there will be a little icon somewhere on here with my face in it, and you can click that to subscribe as well. Oh, and hit the bell because YouTube is doing a thing, and if you don't hit the bell, you won't get to see my videos, and I really want you to see them. I know you really want to see them, so hit the bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!